Hello everybody, what's up? Last time round, we covered Bosnia and Herzegovina's biggest derby, the Sarajevo derby between FK Sarajevo and Željezničar. The video performed fine, although, second part may not make too much sense. I do enjoy learning about derbies in the region, so I'm sure one of these will pop off eventually. I hope. The one we're going to be covering today is the biggest derby in Croatia. I don't think anyone's going to be really trying to fight me on that either. The derby between Hajduk Split and Dinamo Zagreb. Hey, you there. You see the stat? This stat is very depressing. This is why I would kindly request of you to subscribe and like. If you do ever regret your decision, too bad. You can never unsubscribe. You are contractually obliged to stay subscribed. And should you actually press that button, you have 5 minutes to live as I planted C4 under your desk. As you probably could already tell, or even just know in general, this isn't a city derby, but for the American viewers, Split and Zagreb are a completely different city. Zagreb is Croatia's capital, and the biggest one, while Split comes in at number 2. I am going off of pure size and population here, and that's what I mean when I say it's the second biggest, so yeah. Again, a history lesson about both of these clubs would last me about 15 hours, and that's if I hurry it. So Hajduk is the older club, being formed all the way back in 1911, while Dinamo was formed in 1945 after the Second World War. Both of these clubs were huge in the Yugoslav League. They were part of the Big Four themselves. Hopefully you will know who the Big Four are. Hint, not a single Bosnian club is involved. I have spoken about Dinamo supporters in the past in this video where I covered the Derby versus Red Star. That was in the 90s. But like I said, I think we're going to have to recover that one just to take a look at more of it. Anyways, let's continue. The supporters are nicknamed the Bad Blue Boys, and their home turf is the Maksimir Stadium. On the other hand, we have the Hajduk supporters, also known as the Torcida, who play at the Poljud Stadium, and I really don't feel like I have to explain how incredible the atmosphere is in both. Like I said, when you say the word derby, intense atmosphere immediately comes to mind. This is no different. Of course, I can talk all day, but I think the footage that's being shown in the background should do it justice. I do like to cover the records when I do these reviews. The Sarajevo derby was a lot closer, while this one, it definitely has a team that's, like I said, done better historically and I think even currently. Back in the day, it used to be a lot tighter during the Yugoslav League period when Dinamo had 39 wins to Hajduk Split's 36. It's changed a little bit since. After the Croatian League was founded, Split has another 36 wins. Just like they did before, while Dinamo has 63. So as you can see, there is a slight edge. I think it's also no secret that in recent times, Dinamo has been the more dominant club in general, as they haven't lost the league title since the 2016-17 season. And I mean, that's when Rijeka won it, so it wasn't even Hajduk Split who took it from them. And of course, ever since that season, they've won every single league title. So on top of that, they've also been qualifying to continental competitions in Europe, mostly the UEFA Champions League, but they've also had some absolute classics in the Europa League. In other words, that one time when they pummeled Tottenham. If you're wondering why I'm making this video so soon after the last one, after the Sarajevo one, it's because these two teams will be playing each other very, very soon. And by soon, I mean literally tomorrow, or today, depending on if I was lazy. On the 21st is when they're actually going to play. The biggest win was actually from Hajduk on their end, with an absolute 6-0 battering in 1955. Of course, there's a lot of other things we can take a look at as trophies and all that, in which, like I said, most of this stuff Dinamo does dominate, which isn't really necessarily surprising. Like I said, both of these teams are very good teams. However, in recent times, Dinamo has had the edge. And I do think they have overall the better squad, although like I said, Hajduk does have some standout players like Marko Livaja, but I think Dinamo's probably got the edge right now. The last time these two teams played each other was in the Croatian Super Cup, which was, like I said, 5 days ago, meaning that we're getting back-to-back derbies. How crazy is that? And it was a 1-0 win for Dinamo, which just speaks to their quality, I believe. But either way, tomorrow at 8 p.m., we will be seeing the game finally, at last, between Dinamo and Hajduk. My prediction for that is probably another Dinamo victory. It's looking most likely right now. I'm going to say 2-1. It's also a home game for Dinamo, so like I said, it does all go in their hand. I'm sure Hajduk will definitely give them the game, though they always do. They don't really call it quits, not very easily at least. Yeah, that's really about it. This video is a lot shorter than the Sarajevo one, mainly because I don't know as much and there's really not as much to go off of when the derbies aren't city derbies and they're just kind of like derbies between the two biggest teams in the country. Those games are always derbies. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, you know the drill. And hopefully I'll see you soon with a longer video. And yeah, good night.